What's going on, good people? This is your boy Gaming Dad, and I'm back with my first one. It's my first really, truly live and upfront. Um, I guess we'll call it a podcast. I am super nervous, but I'm also super excited to get this ball rolling. Something that I've been wanting to do all my life, and I'm just glad I had an opportunity to get in front of you guys, in front of the camera, and share my thoughts with you guys. And so here I am. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are staying safe. And man, oh man, this is a wonderful experience to be able to come in front of you. I've been thinking about it all day. It's been on my head really all week. But as the time got closer for me to get started, it was like, here I am. What am I gonna do? So here I am. Feel free. You got any questions? I'm going to talk about my experience being a YouTuber. Maybe some of the things that I'm using as I'm creating some of my videos. I'm going to talk about some things going on in the gaming news. And I'm going to talk about some things that I want to talk about, you want to talk about. But ultimately, here I'm here to gain from you guys. I want to create a show that is worth watching, that's worth your time. Because in these times and days of what's going on in this world, our time is so precious, and so I don't want to put a bunch of crap in front of you and to say, hey, I'm just out here trying to, be a YouTuber. But I really want to engage and interact with you. And so um, I'm glad for those of you who might chime in, I'm glad you are here. So let's get into it. I'm just going to talk about a little bit about myself and what makes me qualified to be a YouTuber. Don't be surprised if I look over. I'm not quite used to just staring at this camera dead head on. So sometimes I'll look over and I'll just continue to talk. So don't mind me. Sometimes I'm looking at my screen. Sometimes I'm looking at you. I'm using this new program I'm going to eventually start using called Ecamm Live. And so far, I'm really liking it. I think it's definitely a lot easier to set up and get rolling than OBS. And maybe I'm just I'm just illiterate when it comes to some of this stuff. But Ecamm is definitely worth the investment. Right now I'm on the trial version. That's why you see in the that corner here, right there. You see the Ecamm Live watermark. And that's because I'm on a trial. I wanted to test it out to see if everything works and see if it's really worth upgrading. And I think I'm gonna make the purchase and buck on down and get it. So, trying to see if anybody chiming in, any reactions. I don't see anybody yet. So I had some issues earlier. Oh, I got 2 people that's watching the stream. All right. I had some problems earlier of getting it to I'm using Restream, so I'm broadcasting not only here, I'm broadcasting on Facebook, and I'm also broadcasting on Twitch. And so I had some issues where a lot of my comments and stuff was not being transferred through all 3 services. So I figured that I will just continue to work on it and research and try to figure out how to do it and get it right. And if I can't get it right, I might have to broadcast to one at one time. Maybe it's a restream thing. Everybody wants you to pay something to use something. Nothing's free. So I wish I could just buy it outright and just have it. But they want you to pay the subscription that can keep milking you. Whoever thought of that idea of the subscription-based services, you need a kick in your tail. So YouTube, I guess I will ask myself some questions and take it from there. Feel free, add. If you get into a chat, ask questions. I'm going to be flipping back and forth between Facebook and between YouTube to try to figure out if anyone wants to ask me some questions, and we take it from there. Don't forget to subscribe to your boy. I am on Instagram. Let's see. Oh, there I am. I get it right there. Yeah. Put this over here. Yep, your boy is on Instagram at GamingDad3. Go ahead and follow me. I post some lot of nice pictures and some videos, some of my TikTok videos. I tend to transfer it over, and I am on TikTok. I wanted to make a TikTok. I don't think I made a TikTok one. I had to make a TikTok one for you, but I'll get that on there. But I'm on TikTok at GamingDad0. I'm finna make it right now. I thought I did TikTok. That's one thing I like about Ecamm. It's just real seamless. Easy to get in there. All right. So one of the things I can make a running header, things of that nature. I had time to dig into everything like that yet, but I'm getting there. So I'm gonna ask myself the first question, and my first question I'm gonna ask myself is when did I fall in love with gaming? Man, I can remember just like yesterday. My first system was in a television, and it was okay. It was just different, If you ever seen it on television, I would pull it up now, but I'm not gonna put that much thought into it. But look it up in television. I had it in television, and then my brother, I don't know where he get the money from, but he got a ColecoVision, and the ColecoVision was really like that step before Nintendo because they had Donkey Kong, they had games like Zaxxon and Smurf, and I really started to dig those, but it still didn't grab my attention until about 1985. A kid on my block named Daryl, and his mama was, his mother was one of those parents on the block who had a pretty good job, and she bought him a Nintendo. And one day we was outside playing. I'm originally from up north, and we playing outside in the snow, and it got cold, and so his mama invited us in, and Daryl invited us to play his Nintendo, and none of us had knew what a Nintendo was at that time. But the minute I seen Super Mario Brothers on that screen, I was hooked. Absolutely, I was hooked. Um, and from there, I think the next game that kind of grabbed me after Super Mario was Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I mean, that just really grabbed me. I was a fan of Castlevania, but man, when I first played Mike Tyson's Punch Out, it's one of the reasons why I still own it. Is because it was just, I mean, I was a fan of Mike Tyson already, and to be able to play and fight against him and then beat him, oh man, it was nothing like it. All right, well, somebody chimed in, but they chimed out. That's okay. All right, but I'm gonna keep going. I got 3 people watching me on Facebook. What's going on, Facebook people? Feel free to chime in and leave a mark. I hope the volume and everything is going good. If you can hear me clearly, if you can't hear me, just let me know that hey, I can't hear you. If you can just leave me a message so I can see if it'll pop up on my screen like it's supposed to, I kind of would appreciate it. But yeah, that's when I fell in love with gaming. Around 1985, I didn't end up getting a Nintendo till a year later. A year later, I got me back in Detroit, and back when kids could be kids and kids could have jobs. I know that's a phenomenon now, but I was able to get me a paper route. I saved my money, and I went to K&B Toys. Shout out to K&B Toys and everybody from Detroit and Northland Mall. And I caught the bus as a kid. It's crazy. As a kid, you wouldn't put your kid on the bus right now to save your life, but as a kid, you know, at a 10, 11 years old, I was able to catch the city bus by myself out to Northland Mall, and I put a Nintendo in the layaway, and I bought the Nintendo, and I bought a wrestling. That was one of my first games. I had the Nintendo that came with Mario, and then I bought wrestling. Hey, Geeky! I see it popped up finally. Oh my goodness, Geeky, my first person to chime in. How you doing, Geeky? Oh man, I'm so glad that that worked because it didn't work earlier. It was terrible. Okay, I wonder if I can. I wonder if you're up on the screen. Can I poke you? Can I, all right, there go Geeky. Geeky, put you up here. Geeky chimed in.